What is up, guys? It is Rising here, rising up the ranks as always. And for those who don't know, I'm kind of going with anime, going through it. I'm still in love with what is, but I'm kind of doing all these Naruto what is for my 100 videos on this channel. It kind of gets boring if you couldn't tell. But yeah, I'm still doing it because you guys love it, and I think I'll be able to find my way through it every day. Other than that, though, uh, play games like quite often. If you couldn't tell, so I stream either on Twitch or on YouTube. I'll plug my Twitch, and then my YouTube would just be on here, so you could just tune in whenever. So yeah, I pretty much be going in between of both of those. And other than that, though, hope you guys enjoyed the video as always. And let's get straight into this recap. Today we are talking about what if Naruto and Neji were friends earlier. Part 2. So the recap is Neji has PTSD basically from losing Tenten in a fight. He's like a student. He's a student teacher type thing to Kakashi helping Naruto, and basically he's getting experience. Now let's go on. Also Tazuna, the Tazuna arc was a thing, and so let's move on. Yes, let's move on. I'm sorry, I got a little distracted there. Let's move on. Kakashi, after collapsing, they went to Tazuna's house, and Kakashi after collapsing and waking up, basically he's like, "We gotta train." I'm pretty sure that Zabuza is still alive because the assassins from the Hidden Mist village tend to work on the spot to make sure that's who they're actually after, not just a cloned double of him. And so if it is, they could kill us. So them taking the body means that Zabuza is probably alive, so we have to train. And then go through the whole the tree walking exercise. Naruto does not have to do this because Naruto already learned this, if you couldn't tell from my last part, where he walked on water. So after he basically trains with Neji, and he realizes something, Neji is way faster than him, so he can't even tag him. And Neji's chakra control is so on point that he could kind of like flow where Naruto fist is gonna go, and so Naruto literally cannot tag him. And it doesn't help the fact that he can't tag him because now Naruto can't do anything at all. He doesn't have any other jutsu. He only practiced on this. So Naruto gets the idea. He should train on his speed instead of training on his chakra, as he pretty much know it's alright for the time being. He's gonna have to train on it later, but if he can't do nothing with his speed, then his chakra pretty much is useless. And so he tells Neji to pretty much cut off the points in his arms that lead to him getting chakra fist. And Neji trusts him, so he does it. And Neji's like, "So what's the reason you wanted me to do that?" Naruto says, basically the thing is, I'm not strong. Like, I have a strong skill set, but I'm myself not strong. So I need to work on my actual speed and get back to the basics before I start working on chakra again. And Neji thinks, well, why? Naruto says, my whole style focusing on me being faster, not stronger than them, but faster than them enough to tag them and start cutting off chakra points. And so Naruto is basically just like, so if I can't do that, my style is ineffective and it doesn't have any point at all in being anything. Like, I'm not anything without that. And so Neji gets the point and says, okay. And so they start training, like by them, like Naruto starts training with Neji to having to keep up with Neji. Naruto's doing push-ups. He can only do like a hundred pretty basic for the average ninja, I'm pretty sure. So he's only doing like 100, but he's trying to build his way back up until like when he gets to like Rock Lee's level, where he's like doing 1,000 on handstands. And so between the training and bridge, Naruto trains. When the bridge comes, he pretty much didn't improve at all, but he does undo his chakra points. Well, he does, yeah, undo his chakra points being blocked because he might well be on guard, especially after knowing that Zabuza is potentially still alive. And we actually get a scene pretty similar to Haku scene with Haku talk, but this time it's Naruto and Neji with talking to Haku because they pretty much stayed up all night doing their training. And Neji is kind of looking like that's very sim. He has his Byakugan active, but at the time where Zabuza was pretty much instantaneously defeated, he didn't have his Byakugan active. And when he did have it active, he's strictly paying attention to Zabuza, making sure Kakashi doesn't get caught in anything. Even though it still didn't work, he still was trying his best. So he never actually noticed Haku. And since he had his Byakugan active this time, he now noticed Haku's signature. That comes into play later, but he doesn't immediately notice her. Well, him. And so Haku, Neji, and Naruto all talk, and at the end of it, it's still that big surprise trap moment where Haku is actually a dude. And so we move on to the bridge. Zabuza shows up with Haku, and immediately Neji whispers to Naruto and says, "That boy in the mask is Haku." And Naruto's like, "No, no way. You're playing with me, right, Neji?" And Neji's like, "I confirmed it from the chakra pool, and you know that you can't change your chakra pool site." And Naruto is like, "Yeah, that is true." So Naruto just calls out and says, "The boy in the mask, you're Haku, right?" And Haku is kind of hesitant, but says, "Yes, I am Lord Zabuza's tool to be used at any time Lord Zabuza feels like." And Naruto goes the whole thing, but they still end up fighting. And everything pretty much goes the same. But Neji, before Sasuke get hit by all those needles, I don't know if he knew this yet, but I'm going to say he does. He used rotation, and he blocks all of them. But one or two minutes to go through, and it hits Sasuke in his shoulder, and his right shoulder and left leg. And pretty much Sasuke is not able to do anything. And Naruto and Neji's having to protect him. Neji may not be able to be blocking stuff, but Naruto or Neji cannot actually hit Haku. So it's more of a battle of endurance than strength. So Naruto is again still fighting Haku, but he gets tagged in the stomach. And Naruto is pretty much out of commission at this point. And Neji can't keep up with all of them, as you could tell from all of the needles that's be pretty much hitting Sasuke and Naruto. 3 needles hit so far, and that's with Neji's protection. And Neji's starting to focus now. Neji's having to focus on 2 down people, and he can't really focus on himself. So Neji starts getting tagged a whole bunch. First it's his right arm, but he still keeps going. Then it's his left, and then his shoulder, and then his stomach, and then basically all places besides his heart and vital areas. But eventually, Haku moves around Neji and strikes the 2 points that seem like it killed Zabuza before. Naruto didn't really pay attention to where Zabuza's hit, so he doesn't really, and he didn't pay attention to that lecture. And Sasuke is pretty much he's about to say it, and then he gets hit in the same 2 places by Haku, like Neji did. So basically, Neji kills those 2. Naruto can't feel any pulses; they're not breathing. And seeing his brother, the person that grew up with him, is basically like Naruto seeing Shikamaru die at this point because that was his pretty much best friend. And he starts getting enraged, like seriously enraged, like way past the point he was before. Instead of having that big chakra scene where he only has like the little faint aura of it, he has a full tail. And pretty much, for those who don't know, Naruto with one tail at that time is absolutely a beast. He can probably easily destroy Gaara. Chunin is Gaara, I'm saying. And so he pretty much instantly destroys Haku. There's no getting out of He destroys Haku immediately. He doesn't care who it is anymore. You touched his best friend and his brother. And so he pretty much is pounding at Haku's face. And Haku is just laying there limp. He can't do nothing at this point. And he's just taking all the fists. A fist to the chest. Breaks three ribs. A fist to the leg. Breaks his leg. And Naruto's going in and in and in. and he literally can't do nothing at all. So what ends up happening is just Nar Haku's laying there in a bloody pulp, while it's Kakashi. I said literally everyone named but Kakashi is charging up his Shidori, and he goes in for the attack. And instead of coming in, Naruto comes in, and he stops. He literally just grabs the Shidori and breaks it. Says, "He's mine." And Naruto turns to Zabuza and says, "You're the reason why Haku is how Haku is right now. You're the reason why, and the root of it all. You're the reason why Sasuke and Neji is dead." And so he literally shoos away like all the dolls. The dolls pretty much back away. They know Naruto is very unstable at this point, and they can easily get killed. So they back away, and Naruto goes in on Zabuza. He first physically berates him with punches, and then he verbally berates him, and basically you get two new additions to the team, or to Konoha in general. Naruto is able to peel away that tough shinobi skin and able to reveal the soft Zabuza that's behind it. And Haku seeing this, Haku pretty much just follows Zabuza no matter what, so it didn't matter. And so at this point, you get two new additions. Gato comes in. Naruto says, "I've been meaning to blow off some more steam." And he rushes at all of them. He doesn't kill none of them, but his pure presence is enough to make all of the men flee from fear. They start jumping out of the bridge. They pretty much just want to flee from Naruto. This small child is scaring them so bad, but Gato can't physically feel the chakra. Like, he can feel the aura of it, but he doesn't care. He thinks it's just like a genjutsu or something. Like, he thinks it's something just to scare him. The other people can feel the menace and chakra coming off. So they decided to do the right thing. Naruto says, "You're either real bold or you're real strong. Let's see which one it is. Or maybe you're just dumb." And at this point, this is not really Naruto speaking. This is definitely QB influenced Naruto speaking. And so he pretty much immediately rushes towards Zabuza, and he hits, like, I don't know how to explain this pose, but he's on his like feet, but like his knees is bent and his arms in between both legs. Everyone knows this pose, everyone does it. And he looks up at Gato, and he just kind of like, "You couldn't see me, so you're real dumb." And he kicks Gato's head, pretty much effectively breaking it. And Gato's like, "Ah!" He starts screaming. And he started realizing why everyone else jumped. He realizes, I have no one. This kid is probably gonna kill me. And Kakashi actually notices that Neji and Sasuke are still alive. And he says so to Naruto. Kakashi screams out, "Naruto! Neji and Sasuke are still alive. That boy didn't kill them. He just hit non-vital spots to make it appear like they are dead." And Zabuza is like, "Thank God Haku didn't kill them. Because if he had done that, I'm sure we would have been dead." And after hearing that, Naruto goes and effectively he just goes over there and he picks up those two, and he loses the tail completely and says, "I'm happy you two are still alive." And he's really actually thankful that they really are still alive. He goes over to Haku, that's pretty much laying limp, and says, "I'm sorry." And he kind of has to explain the whole situation to Zabuza and Haku that he's a Jinchuriki, and the thing that was talking wasn't really him. It was him, but at the same time, it was influenced by the being inside of him being Kurama. And after hearing that, Haku's like, "I'm happy I didn't kill them," and I showed some remorse. That's how I've been died. And he starts laughing and coughs up a bit of blood and says, why don't you two join the leave?" And at this point, Zabuza doesn't really have anything to look forward to. He pretty much disgraced. He has his sword still, and he has Haku, so he says, "Why not?" and they after the mission they go over, but they come back with two separate people, and Hiruzen basically interviews them, knows who they are, Haku and Zabza, the demon of the Mist Village, and that person wanted to join the village. Actually, a major, pretty much empowerment to the village, but he still had to be kept on high surveillance. And after hearing that Naruto pretty much drilled in the Nine Tails, and to beat them up, they place him under Naruto. Like they place him under Naruto in the sense that when Naruto's not doing missions, they're training Naruto, and Naruto keeps them in check. Because if they betray his trust, he's going to get mad, and he is going to power up and beat them brutally again. And so, after being placed in the Naruto watch, they can't go on missions with him or nothing. It'd just be too confusing. So they found their own special armed force type thing called Finders of the Road. And basically, their task force is especially equipped to find Ronin and bring them back, and basically bring them to Naruto and bring them back, and so they don't escape any further. They don't want more of situations that happen to them. And they one day they built theirs. It's just the two of them. One day, actually, I'm gonna leave it off here. You get to know what happens to them in the next part. If you want this video to be on every week lineup, then go ahead and like this video. As here's the Lego. The Lego regularly for hitting just to get another part of it is 6. For the Lego having part of the weekly roll up is 9, and for the Lego having it pretty much the next day, literally the next day, would be 15. So if we could get 15 likes, that would be much appreciated. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as always. Please like and subscribe as always. And I hope you guys, have a great day. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notification. Make sure it is on all notifications so you know when I upload. And other and of course, if you don't know what to comment down below, comment your favorite Naruto character, or your favorite character in general, and your favorite anime. Make those two separate posts, as it helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And I would really, really, really like to have this channel grow and hit 1,000 subscribers by 2022. But other than that, though, I hope you guys enjoy this video. As always, remember, always tell your family, friends, and anyone you know who likes anime content or anime content in general to follow me, as they might want to see some things I do in the future regarding art, because I do art still. But other than that, though, I hope you guys enjoy. And it is rising, it's falling off the ranks. See you guys in the next video.